Tinubu not serial defector like others, APC vice chairman. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The national vice chairman northwest of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Salihu Lukman, in this interview with Adebayo Folorunsho, Francis assesses the chances of the presidential or all progressive presidential candidate and states that the All Progressive Congress standard bearer, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is ahead of others. They asked, do you see your presidential candidate's absence on the ballot since his re-election as governor in 2003 counting against him? He replied, I actually raised the point of him not being on the ballot since 2003 on a positive note, just to demonstrate that he's not one of those I call election merchants. He was not an election merchant. He had every reason to expire in 2007, 2011, 2015, and 2019. He had every reason to, but he did not. Instead, he engaged in politics differently in a way that produced a positive outcome in a different way. They asked, what about Atiku Abubakar, P2B, and Rabiu Kwankwaso? He replied, the same cannot be said of other candidates. Whether Atiku, Kwankwaso, or Obi, of course, I will not descend to the level of challenging their competence. They may be competent, but not in terms of personal integrity and trustworthiness. They asked, why did you say that? He replied, our candidate is about the only one, together with his running mates, that has not changed political parties on account of aspiring to contest elections. This means there are people with some level of consciousness and integrity. What that means is that trust can be invested in them more than in people who, when they do not get what they want in a particular spot, they move to another place. For me, these are the issues to highlight. We are ready to debate as a party with anybody, not the other issues about health challenges. What have you or things that cannot be verified? These ones I mentioned are verifiable, and I think these are some of the points. They asked, what are your fears about the All Progressive Congress weaknesses and strengths ahead of the 2023 elections? He replied, let me tell you something. If I have any fear, it is about how to strengthen accountability and capacity of the party to influence the initiative of the elected officers. I have argued, and I am still arguing, that for us in the All Progressive Congress, what is required is for us to have the honesty to review and look at what we have promised between 2015 and 2019. What are the gaps? And of course, there are gaps that exist. What is the need to be done in order to address those gaps? In addition to that, what are the new emerging challenges? What do we need to do as a party aspiring to continue to rule this country in order to address those challenges? Now, there are challenges which ordinarily are human challenges that we should desist from politicizing. If we politicize them, we will get it wrong. They asked, what sort of challenges are we looking at? He replied, one such is security challenges, for instance, which have now been over-politicized. People wrongly said we used the same approach in 2014-15 against Goodluck Jonathan, but it is not true. In 2014-2015, Jonathan and the People's Democratic Party were completely in denial about those security challenges. If you remember when the Chibok girls' abduction happened, there was a delegation from Borno led by Governor Kashim Shettima himself. Remember, he was a sitting governor. What was the response of him? What's her name again? The First Lady, Patient Jonathan. Yes, Patient Jonathan, it was so bad that Kashim had to shed tears publicly. Nobody is saying, for instance, that what happened to the train between Kaduna to Abuja did not happen. Nobody is saying the attack on Kuje prison did not happen. If anything, we are grieved as any Nigerian. Well, Nigerians, my 2 cents still remain, we can vote wisely. This is the only golden opportunity we have to make Nigeria a better country again. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.